they look similar to me, and then I think of what resistant means, like, you know, trying not to, like you said, like, don't wanna listen to something, or trying to do some, trying to do your own thing, don't wanna listen to anyone, or, stepping back from something.
Really important point. Let me go back over here.
I agree with Daniel. When I think of resiliency, I think of resist, and then I kind of think that maybe they're resisting on doing something, or like trying to take the shortcut way.
Other ideas about resiliency or resilience. What do you think it might be? It's okay. Take a guess. Take a stab. Try it. What do you think? Yes, dear.
I think resiliency is like self-confidence.
Self-confidence. You guys are really, oh yeah, they use this word. Well, let me tell you what I think about the word resilience. I'm over here, and I could be any one of you, I could be any one of the students in this school, I could be anybody. I'm over here, and I'm moving forward, and I'm going. And I see goals out in front of me, and I see challenges that I want to do, and I want to get over there. Over there. Think of this like an Olympic hurdler. And then all of a sudden, I'm going, and I think everything's good. Bam! Roadblock. Oh no. What do I do? There's a roadblock here. Well, a person who might not have resilience might say, I guess it's over. I guess I can't go farther. I guess my goals are out there, my future's out there, what I want is out there, but here's this roadblock. It's stopping me from going forward. When a person has resiliency, they recognize this roadblock as adversity. That's an adversity. Maybe an adversity is, I don't speak the language of the country. Maybe an adversity is, I haven't developed my math skills just yet. Maybe the adversity is, I've had a pretty tough life growing up so far. Maybe the adversity is, I can't afford to go to dinner every night and buy a brand new car, and that's my challenge. Maybe the adversity is, I don't have as many friends as I'd like to have. The adversity, the challenge can be anything. Anything that stops us. Where the resilience comes in, many people will look at that and not be able to go forward. But when I think about all of you and all of our students at this school and all of our students in the district, which is close to 22,000 students, what I think about is that when you come up on a challenge, no matter what that challenge is, I want you to have the skills to say, okay, I got this challenge. How am I going to get through it? How can we bust through a challenge that's this wall and this roadblock? Give me an idea.
So like when you were talking about like the roadblock, I was thinking about like in my head like if there's anything that stands in my way, I can get over it. Cause if it
Okay.
was, and the way you could get over this roadblock is if you could figure out what to do, and then you could put that to good use and figure out, oh wait, I can do this now, so I can just keep on moving forward and get over that roadblock, so that way you can get to your goals. And there might be other challenges on the way, but you know that if you just keep doing what you need to do, then you will overcome those challenges.
He needs an applause right now. Just give some applause. That is awesome. I can go over using the skills and the resources that I have. Figure out a way to get over this roadblock. How else?
Perseverance.
Show me, what does that mean to you? What does that look like? How am I going to get up from here? Here's this roadblock. How am I going to get over here? How am I going to get over
You're
here?
going to keep trying.
I'm going to keep trying. What does that mean to do?
You're going to like find ways that you can get over
Tell
it.
me a way to get over there.
Well, if your pal is like, you don't have as much friends as you have, try looking at yourself and seeing what you're doing wrong, then try to change it.
Bingo. Use another one of my skills. Use another one of my tools. How am I gonna get to the other side over there?
Well, everything you do depends on what the challenge is. So, like, name a random challenge. Maybe that's a roadblock. Then,
Right?
like, an actual roadblock.
An actual roadblock.
And, you know, apparently it's just dirt road and they're blocking it off.
Right?
And you want to get over there.
Right.
There's nobody around.
Right?
You hit your gas.
So you're talking about busting through this roadblock.
Exactly.
Dynamite.
Bust through the roadblock, go over the roadblock, go under the roadblock, go to the left of the roadblock, go to the right of the roadblock, figure out a way to spirally climb the roadblock to get over, rappel down. Depending on what the roadblock is, you've got to use your resources. What do I have to get through, to get over, to get under, to get around, to get beyond that roadblock? Boom!
You're there.
Ah! Guess what?
Another one.
Ah, come.
Because challenges come to you all the time. I've had mornings, probably not you guys, but I've had mornings where the cereal spills all over, the milk spills all over.
Oh.
If I'm taking care of my little babies, you know, and I was a daddy and I had the little ones, and oh my gosh, they're throwing it all over the place, and there's a new shirt, I'm a wreck. The dog just, oh, I made a mess. What am I gonna do now?
My life in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You
Little,
just explained my life.
little challenges that some people say, oh, no big deal. It's just spilled milk, pick it up. Oh, just 34, pick it up. Oh, change your shirt, take care of it. Sometimes people go through challenges all the time. Every day you have challenges. Because you're kind of jumping roadblocks, getting over them, jumping over them, getting through them, because you have the skills and resources to get through them. And yet, sometimes even the littlest of roadblocks can stop you. And they keep coming.
Quotes from Deadpool. Life is like a TV show with commercial life breaks.
Go ahead, sir.
School is a roadblock.
In what way? Tell me in what way.
You have to get through it. And it's annoying.
Okay, and, so that's a really good point. It is an exceptional point. One person's roadblock, hold on for just 1 second. One person's roadblock could be one person's challenge. When you see a roadblock, or you see one even up ahead, or you see one up ahead again, some people back here will say, okay, my goal is getting into graduate school, where I want to become a doctor of education. That's my goal. Now, maybe I'm only 8 or 10, whatever. I've got to get through some other challenges to get to that big goal. If I look at every one of the challenges as a roadblock, it's a little bit of a different feeling. If I've got a roadblock, it's shut down. No access, no way to get through. But the more skills and resources I have, or I've been able to build and carry with me, kind of think of like MacGyver a little bit, right? You got all these skills, I could make use of these different things. That's a challenge, I'll get through that. That's a challenge, let me get through that one. This one I'm gonna dance backwards through. This one I'm gonna hop over. Because you have many different skills then, you're demonstrating resilience. That's right. So hold on just a second. So as you're addressing adversity, roadblocks, challenges, things that you see coming, and every time you get over one, you get by one, you get through one, you go over, you go around, however you get through that challenge, roadblock, adversity, you're building your own skills. You're building your own resources. You're building your own assets. Assets. So think about this. I know some of you probably play video games where you pick up this kind of skill and this kind of tool and this kind of power. But really, as you're going through life, you're doing a very similar thing. Because every time your brain learns something, nobody can take that away from you. Every time you learn a new skill, nobody can take that away from you. Every time you learn a new competence, how to get along with somebody I've never met before, how to get along with somebody who's very different from me, how to get along with folks who I might think, oh, they're not gonna like me. You build your competencies. And so as you're doing this, you're actually helping yourself become more able to be resilient. See, I have this idea that every child has the ability to get to their goals. I have this idea that every child has the ability, and we call it a latent ability. It's an ability that you have, just because you're here, to develop resiliency. What I think happens sometimes is that when kids aren't working on it like a skill, because it's a skill, don't doubt it. Learning math is a skill, learning how to read is a skill, learning how to draw is a skill, learning how to paint is a skill, learning how to develop your resilience is a skill. And there's many folks who don't focus on this type of skill. So what happens is that those little challenges seem very insurmountable, very huge, that there's no way I can get around it. Then I don't necessarily experience success, and I experience maybe failure, and it is hard to grow and keep trying. But when you recognize that by just getting to school today, you had to accomplish getting up, getting out of bed, getting dressed, getting your teeth brushed, getting your hair taken care of, getting the right clothes on, making your way to school, getting in the car, getting in the carpool, getting in the bus, doing these different things to just get here, those are resilient skill development. And I think there's four big areas. I've used this word asset development. That means my bag of skills. Once I have it, it's mine. Can't take it away from me. Okay? It's not like a phone. Somebody grab your phone.
Write that down.
Okay?
Asset
Lose your phone.
development.
Phone can break. These skills that are in your bag, once you've got them, you've got them. They are yours. So one of those big skills, how you are grabbing your own education and making that a priority for you. Let me say it again. How you are grabbing your education, taking it to your heart, taking it to your mind, taking it to your soul, making it a priority for you. Sometimes people think, school is something that happens to me. School is somewhere I have to go. Learning is something they want me to do. So that mindset means that you haven't owned your education yet. Children who own their education say, I'm going to learn how to read and be the best reader possible. I'm going to figure out and use my perseverance this math concept, this math strategy, this math algorithm, this math formula, because I need to know. Children who take care of their education say, homework, yeah, I get it, I got it done, and added 10 minutes of review. Children who take care of their education say, there's no way I'm going to be late. There's no way I'm missing a day at school. There's too much happening at that place. You cannot keep me at home unless I'm really sick, then yes, stay at home. But you cannot keep me away from school, and I'm going to keep going. Many of you mentioned this issue of resistance. What I would challenge you to think about is that, so if I'm on this path, meeting my challenges, using my skills, focused on my education, and there's something that is drawing me away from the path, negative things, negative people, poor behavior choices, those things take me off my path. Why would I listen to that? So I have to resist those outside influences. Now, it doesn't mean you break with all your friends and say, I'm going to go through this alone. But you have to make choices. Because a friend might be making a bad choice over here, does not mean you need to. Because a friend is peer pressuring you to, come on, let's just go do this, nobody will know. You don't have to. That's the resistance to the negative forces that are there, driving you off your path. So the first thing is, you take on your education, homework, study time, doing your work. Every opportunity to learn you can, you grab it, hold on to it. That's one. I bet this school has some values that they talk about, character values. Sometimes those character values are responsibility, treating people with equity, treating people in a safe manner, being kind, being compassionate, being aware. Oh, here we are. Where are we? Okay.
The top 3 are our school
Responsible,
rules.
safe, kind. Those are values. Values that your school has said, we want to see everybody being kind to each other. We want to see everybody being safe with each other. We want everybody to be responsible. What I take it is another step further. This is about you. A school can want, a school district can want, we have 31 schools. I want everybody at our 31 schools to follow these rules. But when it becomes a powerful thing for you, is when each one of you really decides, I believe this. I believe that it's good to be kind to people. I believe that it's good to be safe with people. I believe that it's good to be responsible in my actions, in my words, in my deeds. If you believe those things, guess what? You've added another skill to your resilience toolkit. You have done it. Because what happens is that if you tell yourself, this is who I am. I'm a kind person, I'm a safe person, I'm a responsible person. And you live it, you're more focused in meeting your challenges. You're developing more resilience. Think of it like that score in the games that maybe you play, or in any way that you kind of keep track. The more resilience I have, the easier my challenges become. They go down. They go down because you've got more skills. So we've talked about grabbing your education, taking it in, heart, sign, mobile. Heart, mind, soul. There it is. Following a couple of character rules, but believing in them. When you believe in those rules, you don't name call people. When you believe in these rules, you don't disparage people, treat them poorly, act meanly, create a hazardous situation for people. When you believe in these rules, you keep moving forward. The third issue is that right now, we're in a pretty safe place in this classroom. I feel it. Because I think Ms. Onik has worked with you to establish this is a safe place to be. Not always are you in one safe classroom. There are places outside, there are issues outside, there are things in the outside world, not just at this school. Not just at this school. You need to be able to get along with people in the world. People in the world. That's called competence, social competence. That means being able to greet somebody, hello, how are you, it's nice to meet you. Maybe shake hands, maybe a high five. Oh, okay, I see you're interested in writing down on paper. That's lovely. I'm taking an interest in you at this moment. But it's a way to at least say, hi, I'm a good person. Can you tell that right now, all of a sudden? Social competence. Are you using those social competencies to truly communicate with people outside of this classroom? When you have lunch, are you kind and nice and engage appropriately with the child nutrition individuals? Hi, thank you very much. How was your day? Oh, you have a nice day, Chair. I hope you have a great weekend. Connecting with people. That level of competence, of connecting with people, will help you get through challenges and roadblocks. Let me think about it this way. If there are 5 people on the other side of my roadblock who think, oh, here comes Here comes Dr. Martinez. Oh, he's got that roadblock in front of him. I've reached over somehow to these 5 people with kindness, with connectedness, in a socially appropriate way, in an engaging manner. And I said, hey, if I throw a rope over, can you guys help lift me? Do you think they're going to be more inclined to say, sure, we know you're a pretty good guy. We're going to help you up.
Yeah.
If I was this nicer, competent, accepting person, or if I was over here going, I don't like you because your hair is purple. I don't like you because, I don't know, you remind me of my grandma. When I didn't like her, she spanked me one time. And I don't like you. So if I'm being mean, these are just examples, I would never do that. If I was giving those people this kind of grief over here, and then I'm saying, and by the way, can you help me get over this wall? Well, you've lived in the world a little bit. You know you get more kindness from people when you give kindness. They're probably not going to be as willing to say, fine, we'll help you, unless I've reached out with my competence to connect with you. Each one of you, as a young adult, has the ability to connect. And if it's not, I'm not saying you gotta walk up and give hugs to everybody, okay? But surely, walking up and just saying, hello, hi, is much better than ignoring people, or giving them attitude, or giving them grief, or doing something that they think, oh boy, that child is mean, because I saw them do X, Y, and Z. Socially competent. The fourth one, so we talked about academics, your education. We've talked about socially competent, connecting with people, being positive, and really using the values that you believe in. These are the school values. Your family might have said, we treat people like this. That's okay. Your people that you connect with in your home, in your community where you live, might say, we treat people like this. Generally, they're very similar to these values. So you might have a set of values that you focus on. Beautiful. And hopefully, they help you build that social competence. The fourth element that I want you to think about is, do you truly empower yourself? So let's talk about that for a second. Empower yourself. I used to, when I was a principal of Organo Route 2 a long time ago, talk about being a powerful student. Positive, outstanding, wise, empowered, and resourceful. What we talked about. Powerful student. When I think about the word empower, that means using the power that you actually have, taking it on. Taking it on. Are you focused on being a future-minded individual with goals, or is the world just happening to you? Sometimes, for kids, it's tough, because a lot of things do happen in our families, in our homes, where we don't feel very powerful. Parents make a lot of the decisions. At school, school makes a lot of the decisions for us. If we're, at a store, we just can't buy anything we want, because money makes the decision for you if you actually have access to money. If not, you can't just grab it and go. So, but being empowered in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, means that you can actually take it on. You can decide. I can't focus on my academics. I can't focus on getting here on time. I can't focus on being the best student I can be every single minute of every single day while I'm at school here. I can empower myself to use my skills to get over any adversity. I can plan my future. I can plan goals and steps to get to my goals that will bust through any roadblock. When you start to develop that level of mindset, that's not considered being selfish. Sometimes people think, well, is that being selfish because you're just thinking about yourself? Well, here's the difference. If I'm just being selfish and I only think about myself, then I'm not caring about the world, the people in my world, or how my actions affect other people. If I have personal goals that say, this is what I want to accomplish, so if I want to accomplish those things, I need to be focused on my academics, focused on being socially appropriate, focused on being kind and using my values. I need to be focused and targeted on the steps I need to take to get me to my goals. And as I'm doing that in my world, guess what? I'm kind to other people and building supports. Nobody can do it alone. Nobody can do it alone. So I was that little kid that was looking at, can I get to graduate school sometime? Can I get there? Well, I had that little tough upbringing too, right? I was about 13, my mom passed away, okay? And so it was just me and my dad for a while. And then we moved. Then I had to change schools. Then I almost stopped going to school altogether. This was at 13. I ended up moving to go live with a brother I didn't know very well. Live with my brother. And that's just part of the story. But as I did that, I did continue to focus because I had teachers who cared. I had family members who still cared. And what they kept me focused on was my academics, was being connected to people, reaching out to people, setting some goals. So I continued into high school, went to the junior college for a couple of years, went to the University of California at Davis for a bachelor's degree and a master's degree, went on to Sonoma State University where I received an administrative credential, and really in 2013, as an old guy, I finished my doctorate degree of education at Drexel University in Sacramento. Because education, I see education as one of the most powerful tools that you can have in your tool chest, in your toolkit to help you. So, I hope as you continue your year this year, that you really just kind of focus on my choices, my academics, my schoolwork. You empower yourself. Empower yourself to keep trying, to keep focused. Because as you build your skills, as you build your assets, the challenges that maybe you already see get smaller. So they don't become as mystifying, as stopping you. Yes?
With them